It is May 9th, 2018, and you're watching CTV 21 and the Facebook live stream of Narrow Street Films of the Late Night Live Show. We are on every Wednesday night from, and my microphone is on this. There we go. We're on every, I always do that. I forget to shut the sound off on my,
I forgot to put the ringtone off.
Yes. Every now and then we have someone in the back and we'll just be interviewing somebody and they'll just be like a ring, ring, ring. And there's one embarrassed person sitting on the couch going, that's not my phone. That's totally not my phone. I shut the ringer off because I'm a pro. But we're on Narrow Street Films Facebook Live. And so if you want to comment and question on the show or throw something at us or talk to us and talk to our special guests, that'd be great. And we'll gladly give you a shout out. But we're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. And we interview actors, filmmakers, comedians, authors, musicians, a lot of musicians.
Yeah,
we do.
Got a lot of talent in this area.
We have people in this area who do things. I believe there's a potential chance we may actually have a magician on. Oh, Mimi Lorenz just joined the Facebook Live room. Hello, Mimi, if you're listening. Hi. So I just want to say hi to Mimi, who is Jeff Scumpy Lorenz's lovely wife.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Jeff Scumpy Lorenz. You gotta love Jeff Scumpy Lorenz.
Awesome behind the scenes in that short film that you just put on Narrow Street Films.
Yeah. The last two. So we got a fun show today. I just want to. We've got two special guests on today for the. We got Karl Kroner and Chris Fisher. I knew both their first names. I just wanted to make sure I got the last name down properly for their film Hell's Company. They both starred in Hell's Company, directed by Bradley, and I just forgot his last name because it's not written down. It's on the bottom of this page here, and I am a professional. I do all of my research. Jackie Pence just joined the Facebook Live room. Hello, Jackie Pence. So, yeah, it should be fun. But our theme for this week is thrillers.
Yes, and not the Michael Jackson song.
Not the Michael Jackson song, not at all.
Movie thrillers.
You've actually seen that music video by Michael Jackson?
No. It was really long. I've seen a few joke versions of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it does have Vincent Price in it, so I should have seen it because I'm a Vincent Price fan, but I haven't.
Alas, it was Oh, didn't we decide on a name?
Yeah, Adam West.
Adam West, right.
Adam West is in the studio tonight.
Adam West is in the studio tonight, all right. our little gopher, Mimi Lorenz, says, hi, Terry, hi, KJ. Your bloody friggin' KJ name. No one's ever called you that for 30-something years. And now, all of a sudden, everyone calls you KJ.
I'm just that cool?
You're just that cool. And so we're going to have our top 10 thrillers from, I believe, IMDb's website, the top 10 thriller movies of all time.
Yeah.
You see, last week we had superhero films. The week before we had monster movies. The week before that we had karate films.
Yeah.
Still very excited about the Cobra Kai.
I know. I think that's out now.
But a quick little side note. You did actually go see the Avengers movie?
Oh, Infinity War. Yes. I did. It was excellent.
Yes.
It was very, very enjoyable. Wicked intense.
Okay, don't give any spoilers because one of our tech guys is going to go see it right after the show. And so right before the show ends, I wanted to give just one tiny little spoiler just so he just goes, damn it!
But it might be a lie. I could just make up something here.
That's true.
It could be a lie.
You have to go see the movie to find out. But it made a ton of money, didn't it?
Yeah, it beat The Last Jedi. Actually, as the top opening film, and it hasn't even opened in China yet, I don't think.
Really?
Which is big. So.
Yeah, well, it'd probably do pretty good in China. It's got that sort of big, loud, metal clashing type of thing that they seem to like.
No comment on that.
Let's be honest. They like that, all right? That movie.
We like that. Remember, we got excited about Rampage and all that.
Right, yes, big metal clashing. The Pacific Rim did not make it over here. It made it over there, and that's why it had a sequel.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's true.
Yes. Okay. All right. They like their monsters.
It was a
good
movie.
There's like Godzilla 27, or 29. I think it was 29 Godzilla movies. All right.
Well, when you have something that works, you just keep using it.
How many? I don't think any of the series in America has done that many.
Movie series? Probably not. No. Yeah.
James Bond is the longest running series of all time. We definitely got to do a James Bond theme.
We do have to do a James Bond theme.
Maybe when they announce the name of the new movie.
We will have a poll about that. Who's your favorite James Bond and why?
James Bond and why. Okay, so this is the Late Night Live Show. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. We got a special guest for Chris Fisher and Karl Kroner. They'll be on in a little bit. Thrillers is this week. Join us in the Facebook Live room, Narrow Street Films Facebook Live, and we'll be right back with the top 10. And we're back. Narrow Street Films Facebook Live page and CTV, Chester Public Access Television, Channel 21, with a late night live show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. We interview musicians, actors, filmmakers, writers. It's an entertainment show. It's not a lot of entertainment show. It may not be an entertaining show, but it's an entertainment show. And this week's theme is thrillers, thriller movies. We have a top 10 list from IMDb, and we're going to go through the list. We also have a couple honorary mentions of thriller movies that should be in there. But
we thought they should be.
Thought they should be in there because, let's be honest, we ought to know what we're talking about. We're on live TV, How many of these movies have you actually seen, Arnie?
On this list, I've seen exactly 0.
You've seen 0?
I know, it's pathetic. But most of these I haven't even heard of. So I'm like, apparently I'm not a big thriller fan, apparently. So I'm an utter failure today because I haven't even seen the Michael Jackson video, so there's that.
Okay, so what is the top 10 thrillers? Now, this is, to be clear, this is like psychological thrillers, action thriller, like drama thrillers, not like horror thrillers, right?
We were actually discussing this behind the back, what makes a thriller movie as opposed to a suspense movie as opposed to horror. So we looked it up, and thriller is defined as an exciting plot involving crime or espionage. And it's different from suspense in that some people say it should have like a jump factor in it,
right? Whereas
suspense builds slowly and may not have the jump factor.
Hey, very good.
Crime and espionage seem to be consistent throughout all the definitions.
Right. Well, what's the first one on the list?
The first one is called The Hidden. It's a 1987 movie directed by Jack Shoulder and starring Kyle MacLachlan. I think I said that right. And Michael Nouri. I think I said that right too. And it's about
Platoon.
Thank you. This is not Platoon. This is The Hidden. Right. It's about an alien parasite with the ability to possess human bodies who goes on a violent crime spree in LA, committing dozens of murders and robberies. See, I don't know why I haven't seen this movie. Automatically, that sounds awesome.
Derek?
Sounds like an ex-girlfriend.
Hi to Chris Doobie, who just joined the Facebook Live room. What's your favorite thriller of all time, Chris Doobie? All right, move on.
So I'm assuming you haven't seen it yet?
No, 1987 has significance to me, though.
Yeah, well, you want to give away your age on the show?
I don't care. I'm not ashamed of it. I had no. There's one of the few things in life I actually had no choice in. So I don't care. Yeah, that was the year I was born. This sounds more like a sci-fi thriller, though.
It does, but I guess it still falls under the heading of thriller according to IMDb.
Okay.
All right.
Derek, have you seen this?
No.
But I mean, if sci-fi is on the table, then I'd say that Annihilation definitely ranks up there as a thriller. That had me on the edge of my seat the whole time.
And an Alien should be too, but
yeah,
I think that's.
I think it's the key is that there's crime and espionage, and that's the blanket that is falling under.
Right.
And this is a criminal alien as opposed to.
That's right. Not just an alien.
Yeah, just an alien.
But an alien that
not a man-eating
things.
alien. It's like a criminal alien.
All right. So number 9 is a movie called Paradise Now from 2005. I'm not going to try to pronounce the people who made this movie. It's about 2 Palestinian young adults who are accepted into the Palestinian resistance group to carry out a suicide bombing mission in Tel Aviv.
I haven't seen this one, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Well, this must have been right after 9/11. There's a lot of like espionage, conspiracy theory, thriller films that came out.
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
They're trying to get out of the West Bank. I guess
Silvana Frappier just joined. She says, Derek is there. What about me? Feeling left out. I guess we'll have to have Silvana on at some point in time.
Hi, Silvana.
Hi, Silvana. Right.
What's your favorite thriller, Silvana?
Yes, Silvana. What is your favorite thriller movie? All right. Next one.
Number 8. I feel really stupid for not having seen this movie. It's The French Connection, the 1971 movie directed by William Friedkin.
Yep.
Starring Gene Hackman and Roy Scheider. Okay.
Your Get Out of Jail card was made well before you were born, so.
Oh,
Yes.
right. A gritty police drama portraying two tough New York City cops trying to intercept a huge heroin shipment coming from France. I'm assuming one of you has
I saw about half this film, and it is one of those sort of long throw, because was it out at
1971.
Yeah, it was like one of those long throwing, dragging out 70s thriller films, which was good from what I saw. And I love Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman's been old for the past 50 years. I don't know if anyone knows that. He's been old and bald for like 50 years. He has not changed. It's sort of like Steve Martin has been like the same age for like 150 years,
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know why I'm stuck with 50. Like that seems to be like my number. But anyways, but it was good. And William Friedkin also did another movie called The Hunted, with Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro, which is very good. Very good thriller. I'm surprised it's not on the list here.
It's not on the list.
Yeah.
So we'll add that to the list.
Derek, did you see that one?
Nope.
All right. So this one I also feel stupid at having not seen, but I feel like so many people were telling me about this movie. I think I saw it, even though I hadn't actually. It's The Departed, the 2006 Martin Scorsese film. God, I can't speak. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, and Jack Nicholson. And in South Boston, the state police force is waging a war on the Irish-American organized crime.
Adam West, do you think I should throw a pen at Arnie for not seeing this movie? I agree. Yes, I should throw a pen at Arnie for not seeing this movie. All right, that is a phenomenal film.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was actually a precursor to, it was a spin-off of Whitey Bulger, who was a real Irish crime lord in South Boston, which eventually later became Black Mass. Well, I would say became Black Mass, but Black Mass was then that Johnny Depp movie, which was completely about Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, and actually, this is sort of a rip-off of Whitey Bulger. Chris Estes just joined the Facebook Live room. Hello, Chris Estes. Mr. Fisher, your old buddy, is going to be on the show today, so please watch the show, watch the interview, and tell us what's your favorite thriller movie. All right.
It sounds like an awesome film. It's got an awesome cast. I mean, Mark Wahlberg's in it, I know.
It's definitely a must-see.
So,
And
Martin Sheen, and she's like, I don't know why I haven't seen this movie. I just never got around.
Anthony Anderson is in this movie. Like, everyone is in this movie. Alec Baldwin is in this movie. And it was kind of, we want to say Mark Wahlberg's sort of like he got into much more mainstream movies after this film. This was kind of like his...
I think it's his return to the film more so. I mean, he had been in, I shouldn't say that. Maybe you're right. He started coming more out into as main characters going forward after this, yes.
Yeah. And every time you watch the movie, you pick up more details that you just I didn't see before. I've seen the movie a dozen times, and every time I've watched it, I pick up something new. So yeah, I'm a big fan. You gotta check it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so number 6 is Heat, the 1995 film directed by Michael Mann, starring Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, and Val Kilmer, I should say. The storyline is Neil and his professional crime crew hunt to score big targets and are in turn hunted by Lieutenant Vincent Hanna and his team of cops. They regroup and try to pull together one last retirement score. So with a cast like that, I'm surprised we haven't seen this one either.
Have you seen this, Derek?
Nope.
I have.
Is it good?
Yeah, in fact, this has a little bit of story of when I saw this, and I know I'm talking a little bit too much, but Silvana Frappier, we were flying back from Sweden.
Ah.
Yes, a couple of weeks ago. I watched it on the plane, yes.
Oh.
And I was telling the guests before it came on that I have this problem with flying. I cry like a little girl when I'm flying.
It's true.
I just feel like I'm just going to die the whole time, and I'm picking out how I'm going to die the entire flight. And we're all going to die, and that's just it. But this movie was in the list of things to watch, and it's a very good movie. And Michael Mann also did Collateral and Miami Vice movie, the original Miami Vice TV show.
Yeah, he's a good
definitely one of the best thrillers, I'd say. Well suited on that list.
Okay, so number 5 is Fargo, the 1996 movie directed by the Coen brothers, starring William H. Macy and Frances McDormand. Jerry is trying to cover up his huge embezzlement of money and sets a plan in motion for 2 men to kidnap his wife to be ransomed by her wealthy father. But things go wrong, and the non-violent affair turns bloody. Sounds pretty good. I know there was a TV show. I feel like an utter failure. I have not seen anything on this list.
Well, the good thing about this is it now gives us a reason to go watch them.
That's true.
Have you seen Fargo?
Nope.
Have you?
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
Good?
I have seen Fargo. Yes, I don't really like the Coen brothers,
I knew you had a big issue with their True Grit movie.
which was awful,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
and
issue.
awful. Like I hated it.
Yeah.
Like I was like looking at my watch, saying, "Is this friggin' film over with yet?" Because like I hate it. Ian McFarlane just joined the Facebook live room. Ian McFarlane, what's your favorite thriller movie? Angela DeVideo just joined the Facebook live room. Angela DeVideo, what is your favorite thriller movie? This movie is one of the few Coen Brothers films that I actually do like.
Okay.
And it's based in Fargo, Minnesota. They say in the beginning that it's based on a true story. It's actually not based on a true story. They, for some reason or other, they actually just put it up there to say it was based on a true story. It is very dark at certain points, but it is really good. And by the time you're done, you will be totally doing a Minnesota accent. Yeah, oh, he seemed like a nice fella. No, you don't understand. I mean, so, and I'm watching this with a friend of mine who was from Minnesota. And I said, how accurate is the accent here? And he just goes, it's pretty accurate. Good movie.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that silly sounding accent.
Well, it's like The Departed has that nice Boston accent.
Oh, yeah.
We just take for granted, but when you go down to Florida, you go to these other states, and they pick up on that stuff like that.
Well, going back to The Departed, one of the complaints was people saying that there's too much swearing in it. Now,
I've
Well,
watched the
that's-
scenes from it, like the swearing scenes. There was not too much swearing. They got it just right. I know Boston people.
yeah, I mean, and I was again talking to the guest beforehand. We used to work in Lawrence in that area a lot, and that was that was like not enough swearing. Like I don't know how to put this. There's so much substantial amount of swearing that is just a normal way of speaking in the sort of blue collar, type of mentality. Savannah just said she hated Fargo, just like you, Terry. Couldn't wait for it to finish. No, that was a different Coen Brothers movie. That was their True Grit replacement that I couldn't
Remake
stand.
John Wayne. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, that
Anyway.
sounds like a stupid idea. Yeah, no, part it didn't have enough swearing in it. So that was my opinion on it.
Oh, okay.
But most of it was pretty accurate.
All right, so number 4 on our list is the 2003 film called Old Boy. Again, I'm not going to try to pronounce the names that were connected to this film, but it's about an obnoxious drunk who wakes up locked up in a windowless, dilapidated hotel room for an unknown reason. Unexpectedly, after 15 long years in captivity, the perplexed prisoner is deliberately released and encouraged to track down his tormentor to finally get his retribution.
Now, Mr. Doobie, if you're still listening, I believe you showed me a scene from this movie. I mean, can I see it really quick? This was a foreign-made film, I believe. I forget from where. But anyways, okay, this is the film I'm thinking of, though. There is this really long one-take hammer fight where he beats up, 24 guys with, just this hammer, and he just hacks his way through it. And they did a remake, I guess, with Josh Brolin. But Chris Doobie, who just said Sorcerer and Friedkin, best thriller ever. That's his favorite thriller. Just commented in the Facebook live room. He said that he showed me that scene is this really long fight scene. It's very interesting to see this one-take scene get done. I would highly recommend that you look it up. And I've never seen this movie, but I am kind of interested to see believe it or not, the Josh Brolin one, because I like Josh Brolin. So Elijah Clark just joined the Facebook live room. Elijah Clark, we've had him as a guest on the show. Great musician. What's your favorite thriller? So let's move on.
Okay, so going back to the old days, number 3 is The Third Man, the 1949 film directed by Carol Reed and starring Orson Welles and Joseph Cotten. It's about a pulp fiction novelist who arrives in post-war Vienna to find out what really happened to Harry Line. Interesting note, it was written by Graham Greene, who was considered a great Catholic writer, had a miserable life, wrote books that I consider to be quite miserable books, but it sounds like a really good movie. I love Orson Welles.
Well, I'm looking at the trailer right now that's playing, and I love these. I love that era of movie making. They had such enticing elements to it, with the lighting and the characters. You just felt like you knew them, and they were. I don't know. I feel much more heavy emotion watching some old 1940s films than than I do. Whoever's calling me from Bedford, I'm not answering the phone. So, all right.
Seen this movie?
No.
But it looks good. This one does look interesting, and the thrillers from that era were pretty good.
Yeah, actually, I'm surprised that there were no Alfred Hitchcock movies on this list.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
not Rear Window, not Vertigo, not Psycho. Like, I know Psycho is technically a horror film, but
Right.
I was just really surprised. Rear Window, especially, is a very good, very, very good movie. Vertigo is a very weird movie that's also very good.
Right.
Jimmy Stewart in both of those. Anyway.
Well, like Casablanca, that'd be
That's
considered
not considered, I don't think that's considered.
No, that'd be a drama. Yeah.
Yeah, wartime drama, romance. Oh,
Yeah.
we should do that
And all the
one day.
gin joints in all the world.
Yeah.
I think that's the line.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, number 2 is Memento, the 2000 movie directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Guy Pearce and Carrie-Anne Moss. It chronicles 2 separate stories of Leonard, an ex-insurance investigator who can no longer build new memories, as he attempts to find the murderer of his wife, which is the last thing he remembers.
Yeah, I didn't see this one either, and I'm a bit of a Christopher Nolan fan. I love Guy Pearce. Guy Pearce can play a good guy, and he can play a bad guy, and he's very, very good at it. But I guess this has to do with, like, he keeps remembering stuff, so he keeps writing down the story, so he's almost like walking backwards through his own story of what happened. Did you see this one, Derek?
No, but it does sound enticing.
Yeah.
Now, I know you were saying that Inception should be on this list. That's also a Christopher Nolan movie, right?
Is it?
Yeah, but that's not a thriller. That's a heist film.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
That was kind of crime, and you don't really know where you're going with it.
Yeah, but...
He was thrilled watching it.
yeah, he was
Oh,
definitely
no.
through watch, yeah. Yeah. Like...
I'm surprised Shutter Island is not on this list either.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Heat, you would think is a heist movie. It's really not, though. Very little of it actually has to do with the actual heist.
Okay.
It has to do with mainly following the cops and then following the bad guys as they kind of go through their life. Elijah Clark says S in the Facebook Live room, and he says it twice. I have no idea what you mean by that, Elijah Clark. Just the letter S. I don't know if that's a movie. Bob Grimm just joined the Facebook Live room. Hello, Bob. What's your favorite thriller movie? And what the hell does S mean? So
Maybe he means this next one we're going to talk about. I don't know.
maybe that could be it. But yeah, and so the original, but the Inception is really a heist movie. It's a psychological heist movie, but it's a heist movie. If you watch the way it plays and the way it's designed, so I think we should do a theme of heist movies. But
Totally.
yeah, but yeah, I don't think it's a thriller though.
Okay. All right. So, number 1, the number 1 movie is, this is confusing to say, Seven, the 1995 film directed by David Fincher and starring Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, and Kevin Spacey, about 2 homicide detectives' desperate hunt for a serial killer who justifies his crimes as absolution for the world's ignorance of the 7 deadly sins.
You've seen this, haven't
Oh,
you?
yes, I have.
Right.
Many times. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Well, I don't want to do a spoiler alert, but basically, the murderer murders people based on the 7 deadly sins,
Oh, okay.
which leads up to the final one, which, again, no spoiler alert. You just have to watch it.
Okay.
So I'm trying to remember.
It's
what
good.
I know the 7 deadly sins are like sloth.
Yeah, sloth,
Gluttony.
gluttony, and the last one is envy, which, well, second to last one, I guess, is envy.
Okay.
Actually, no, last one it was envy.
Okay.
We're not going to do an episode based on the 7 deadly sins, so that's. I don't think we need to do. I don't think we need to do an episode on that.
Pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth.
What?
Pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth.
Okay.
And not the animal sloth.
Not the animal.
No, no.
Does this have the guy
They
from
are
Law and
so
Order in it?
Jerry Orbach?
Yeah, I think Jerry Orbach is in it.
Gwyneth Paltrow's
That's
in
Tony
it.
Stark's girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Orbach, I think, is in this though. Like I know, I like Gwyneth Paltrow,
right,
but Jerry
let's
Orbach
stay
is
on
in this.
the-
All right, the Law and Order guy, he's playing a cop in this. It's like, this is like just.
Lumiere, but we can move on.
He played Lumiere.
Yeah. You know, in the original, in the
I know what Lumiere is. Yeah,
Beauty and the Beast, the 1990 something movie. Disney.
maybe I don't want to see this movie now. Jerry, you
So you've
failed
never
me.
seen Seven?
I've never seen Seven. Yeah. He was one of the ones that was on the list, and I just never got around to seeing it. Great cast in it, though. So,
So, we haven't seen a lot in this. Is there a thriller that you think ought to have been in the top 10?
Fugitive should be on this.
Ah, Fugitive, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
Fugitive's definitely. I don't know why the Fugitive's not on there.
movie. I don't know either. The show was really good too.
The show was really good, but the
Step
movie was like it was just spectacular. It is, and
And actually, Silence of the Lambs, I'm surprised. Well, that's a little bit different. That's kind of...
psychological
Still a
thriller, I'd say, right?
Yeah.
More of a psychological thriller, I'd say, right?
Well,
Well.
thriller.
yeah.
Along Came a Spider with Morgan Freeman. Is that the one thing I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Or Kiss the Girls or something? Which was it?
Oh,
Ashley Judd and Morgan Freeman are in it.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Except I know what you're talking about. Kevin Murphy just said Fargo and The Departed are both awesome. Fun show, guys. Thank you, Kevin Murphy. He was here a little while ago as a guest, just hanging out and watching the show. You should come on down. Sylvia Frappier says, what's the name again? Of what? Sylvia? I'm sorry. Like Silvana. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go through the 10 really quick in case she's listening.
Okay, so the top 10, counting down, was number 10 was The Hidden. Number 9, Paradise Now. Number 8, The French Connection. Number 7, The Departed. Number 6, Heat. Number 5, Fargo. Number 4, Old Boy. Number 3, The Third Man. Number 2, Memento. And number 1, 7.
So the third man is the third one, and number 7, number one is number 1,
Yeah,
right?
which is very confusing.
Definitely.
Like I said, I was surprised there were no Alfred Hitchcock movies on here because he's like North by Northwest is considered a classic.
Yeah.
I also thought Wait Until Dark was a great thriller. That's the one with her name just left me. But it's a great 1960s thriller.
Daniel Silverstein just joined the Facebook Live room. Hello, Daniel. What's your favorite thriller? Thriller is our films. So you had some honorable mentions, though.
Yeah, one of them was Shutter Island, which I believe you brought up.
Yeah.
Rear Window, Vertigo, The Fight Club, which I believe you also brought up. Does The Fight Club qualify as a thriller, you think?
Nah, it's not really.
Okay. Again, thriller is defined as an exciting plot involving crime or espionage, usually with a jump factor.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was wondering if maybe the Bourne series would qualify under that because that's more action.
That's where like the line gets because the Fugitive's got some action in it, but that's where the lines gets a little muddled. Like IT with Pierce Brosnan that came out about a year or two ago, very good thriller. One fight scene at the end. Usually, like a good thriller has like some sort of action set piece at the end. Chris Stubbe suggested for one of the greatest thrillers of all time is MacGruber.
I have to admit that was classic.
That was definitely
something.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
let me see. One of our people in the back room suggested Dark Knight. Now I know that's a superhero movie, but
The Dark Knight. I would say, if anything, it's a psychological thriller. It is a crime thriller, though. I mean,
I don't know. That's a tough. I don't know.
it's kind of a tough call on that one.
yeah. Elijah Clark just texted me. Apparently, he says, can't seem to send a message on other than one letter. Silence of the Lambs is what he was suggesting.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yep. That's a good one.
That's what we weren't going to guess that, likely.
Didn't I say that one earlier?
You did say that one, yeah. So
again, like an exciting plot involving crime or espionage, usually with a jump factor. I can't think of any more, but
okay, but definitely The Fugitive.
yeah.
There's a lot of small ones that have never really made it too far, like IT, except for Pierce Brosnan.
Well, the other
really
one's like The Jackal. Which
Jackal.
was actually
yeah.
a remake of Day of the Jackal. Kind of fits into that category.
So, like, I
Hostage
think-
with Bruce Willis, really good too. That's a thriller.
See, if I recall, Breakheart Pass might actually qualify for that.
Breakheart Pass, yeah.
The Charles Bronson movie from, the 70s? Mm-hmm. It was a very good movie.
Based off an Alistair MacLean book.
Yeah, set back in the, like the 1880s or something
With,
like that. Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was a, like, edge-of-your-seat kind of thrill ride.
I wonder if Death Wish would fit that category then.
Again, that's where the action gets blurred because Taken might technically qualify.
That's
as
true.
that.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, we do have to cut this because we're going to be playing our trailer for not our trailer. They're playing the trailer for Hell's Company. Karl Kroner and Chris Fisher are going to be up here on stage in just a minute or two to talk about this film that is coming out. And this trailer looks really interesting, and I got a lot of questions to ask you about this. And then when we come back, we're going to have them, and then we have Trailer Trash later today. Join us on Facebook Live. We are going to be right back, and I got 3 seconds, so I just stared awkwardly at the camera.
Just remember, you are the utmost treasure. A treasure only deserved by marriage.
And we are back. This is the Late Night Live Show on CTV 21 Chester Public Access and Narrow Street Films Facebook Live page. This is a live show, so if you comment on the show or even join, we will give you a shout out. We have questions for our guests, and go for it. We need attention. We're all in the artistic field. We need people to talk to us. It's a thing. We have the cast of Hell's Company, which is a short film Western. No thriller, because Westerns, we were talking about this beforehand, though. Chris Fisher, Karl Kroner, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So, how did you get involved in the show? We'll start with Karl.
I got involved. I was actually shooting as an extra on Castle Rock, a Stephen King series that we were filming in Western Mass. And Brad Grennan, who was also working on that production, he saw me and another fellow, Paul, who is also in the film, and he just was looking for people that could fit in this project, so he asked us to do a quick read in between scenes for Castle Rock, and that's how I got involved with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had met Brad also working background on a different project, Detroit, the Catherine Bigelow movie, a couple years back, and I spent 3 weeks working on that, so I saw him every day on that, and we got to know each other and joke around and become friends or whatever. And so then I heard about his casting call through Facebook, and the part that I ended up playing was originally for a man that was a little bit older than I am. In fact, all the parts were a little bit too old for me, but I reached out to him anyway because, I wanted to work with him outside of just a PA background level. I wanted to work on his film set, you know what I mean? And I wanted to show him what I could do. So I reached out and auditioned and ended up getting the part.
Very cool. Well, not a lot of Westerns, and granted, this is a modern-day Western taking place in the 70s, but there's not a lot of Western independent filmmakers who do this.
It's mostly, horror?
No, really? What are the chances of filmmakers wanting to do horror films? I think we felt like me and Arnie as filmmakers, we're like the only. Well, you want to do a horror movie. I'm the only one who doesn't want to do.
I like ghost stories. What can I say?
Right. So
you had an interesting way of describing this film. You were talking about behind the scenes.
Yeah. I think if somebody asked me, what the feel of the film was like, I guess the best description I could come up with is if Quentin Tarantino did an episode of The Twilight Zone. I think this is what it would look like. That's the best way I can describe it.
What do you think, Adam West? Wow,
I'm doing Caddyshack, by the way.
Yeah. You did great. Yeah. He's still in a lawsuit with Adam West's lawyers right now for the name issues. We think he's owed some royalties, but you got issues, dude. All right, seriously, the guy's dead. Show some respect. All right. How would you describe this film?
a character-driven thriller,
Character-driven thriller.
if that's a genre.
Yeah, yeah. we were. For those who wonder, we were talking before the show because we were talking about westerns. I love westerns. I said there really is no. Westerns aren't thrillers. You know, if it's it's a proper western. It should be slow. It should be kind of it should be slightly more drawn out, character-driven. But I am very curious to see because it all takes place in one room, right?
Yeah, it was a cabin out in Orange, Mass.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I think it's appropriate to shout out the folks associated with Castle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is that how 2/3 of our cast met, but they were really helpful as far as helping us secure the location and letting us borrow gear and,
Wow.
and sort of
That's really cool.
helping Brad behind the scenes.
Wow.
Realize the project, making it come to life.
We have a clip. Can we roll the clip? Because I just kind of want to ask you guys about this. I don't think you're in this scene.
Well, I'm not in the first third of the film.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Paul and Chris.
But the texture in this film is fantastic.
Yeah, Evan Schneider, RDP. I've worked with him quite a few times now. He always does beautiful work. But top to bottom, the crew was just phenomenal. Not only what we were able to pull off in one day, but so everybody was on top of their game, and it was truly a team effort. I love the way the way it looks, the way it came out.
Yeah. How many? So it's like 15 pages, you said, but it was all shot, and it's 15 pages, 27 minutes, all shot in one day.
Wow.
Yes.
One very long day. And it was a really miserable day, too. It was like cold, rainy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was November, I think.
Yeah, it was the weekend before Thanksgiving,
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
We're all
Shot it.
between takes huddled around this enormous propane heater outside.
The glamours of being on a film set,
No, it's a glamorous life. Yeah.
Now you were talking about your focus on this was more between the lines. You were really looking.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I fell in love with the script. A lot of times I feel like too much emphasis is placed on memorizing the lines and trying to find intentions behind the lines and this and that and the other thing. So one of the things that grabbed me about this script was a lot of action happening between the lines, and then to look at that as an actor and think about how you're gonna play the role. It's not as easy as just, okay, this is what I'm going to say, this is when I'm going to say it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good challenge for me. You don't get to find that a lot in a lot of the scripts that I've looked at.
Yeah. What was challenging for you, you'd say, for this, or interesting?
Well, the interesting thing with the character, and I played the Reverend, is just how evil this guy really is. He's supposed to be a man of the cloth and
Right.
who the town respects, but as the story goes on, you start to learn more and more about the depths of just how not a good guy this character is. He's really not. He really has no redeeming qualities as the story goes on. But that made it kind of fun to play.
Yeah.
It was a fun character because it does get so dark. And the whole story, and you're right about the texture. The texture of the film. It has this kind of uneasy feeling about it.
Right.
Throughout the whole, I think, shoot or the whole story. Something just doesn't quite feel right.
Well, it's in the South. Every New Englander feels uncomfortable with the concept of the South. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Chris Estes, by the way, says, "Congrats, Mr. Fisher. I look forward to seeing this."
I missed you, buddy.
Yeah. So, it was just really, I'm really interested in now how big a crew was actually on this production on the day. Obviously, there's behind the scenes stuff that happened.
It had to be at least a dozen, I would say. There's only 3 actors in the whole script, me, Karl, and Paul, who's not here with us today. But yeah, it was, I would say at least a dozen.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, 12 to 15. Yeah.
Probably 3 or 4 person camera team, I think, at least, PAs, top to bottom.
What's one quirk about working with Brad? In that time span, you had to find something about him that.
One boy. Is he watching?
Yeah.
Oh, he's totally watching this.
He drops a lot of F-bombs, but...
Really?
Yeah. But no, he was great to work with. I mean, he really
I will
let
give
you know
him,
what he wanted.
Yeah, he definitely had a clear vision of what he wanted and was able to communicate that to us pretty straightforward.
even
One quirk about him, I will say this: he spent a lot of time and money on this, so I'm sure he will appreciate it if they're noticed. The B-roll or the opening shots of the film where they show all the 70s paraphernalia, all the props and all that. That was all legit, like vintage stuff that he went out again with the help of the Castle Rock team. He went out and he found that. He's spent a good chunk of change on this. So yeah, attention to detail definitely was a big part of it. It's funny working with different directors. I love working with different directors and seeing how everybody puts together a film.
Yeah, it's fun.
I was going to say, even the initial table read we did, a few weeks before that, he was really very in tune with exactly how he wanted the characters to react to each other, how he wanted to speak, how he wanted to pace, their narrative and so on.
It is that sort of slower Western, Southern, pacing in that.
15 pages and almost a half an hour movie.
Right. That's odd.
Deliberate.
That's like, yeah. Usually it's about a page a minute.
But yeah, he was very clear from the finish. He didn't really, waver too much on his vision, which is always a help.
Just want to say really quick hi to Thaddeus LaValle, who just joined. What's your favorite thriller? But I got to ask this question. So it's 19 hours. There's 12, 13 people there. All right. Something funny has had to have happened in that time span. Something weird.
If only I could remember any.
You're too busy being cold, huddling around them.
It was cold.
I did. Actually, that was be a spoiler alert. So
okay.
Can't give too much.
Can't give that.
There was a blood cannon, quote unquote, that again we borrowed from the people behind Castle Rock, and somebody got sprayed with a blood cannon. It was like one of the last shots of the day because we only had so much wardrobe. We were running out of time, and it would take time to wipe it all off between takes. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Tasted like chocolate.
I guess with a quirky thing that happened, I guess first thing in the morning, and I didn't get on set till later in the morning, but the generators that they had up there,
we
just couldn't get them to start.
The very start of the day, we had like a 2 or 3 hour production delay because we had a generator that was supposed to power pretty much everything in the house, and they couldn't get them to work. So
we're already a long day turned longer with the delayed start.
I think our call time was probably like 8 in the morning, 8 in the morning, and we wrapped at like 3 a.m.
Wow.
And add to that a 2-hour car drive to and from set. It was a long day.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
that's essentially a 24-hour day right there.
The good thing about that is we got to shoot it pretty much chronologically, which I'm sure we don't get to do all that often. So
you're looking at me because you were on my set one time and we shot completely backwards. You give me that glare. It's like, yeah, hey, dude, you could have done this properly.
That's normal, you know what I mean? And to shoot chronologically is really the exception to the rule more often than not.
Yeah.
So that was helpful.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot. I mean, we didn't really have time to, rehearse.
Right.
Between scenes or whatever, so we had to be, we had to have our shit down. Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just keep moving, keep walking, keep walking. All right. Nothing to see here.
We had to do our homework.
Had to get stuff done. And shiza done. So real quick though, you're both actors. You're obviously always looking for the next gig. We talked a little bit about what you guys got going on, but I do want to ask this again. What would be like the ultimate role, Karl? Ultimate role, if you could have any role, anything from James Bond to Wonder Woman, I don't care,
Well, I won't tell you about my, desire to play Wonder Woman. That's
okay.
No, I'd love to be just in a real comedy.
Oh, okay.
I've been in sort of I was in kind of a comedy a few years ago, a comedy called American Cub, and I played this really waspy dad, and it was kind of fun to play, and it was kind of goofy, but just a real
like a Neil Simon comedy, like a slapstick comedy. What kind of?
I think more of a Neil Simon type comedy.
Right.
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun to do because I haven't really done just a straight all out comedy. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
All right, Chris, because we only got a minute left, but what would you say? Ultimate role, any role.
Ultimate role, any role.
Yes. Don't
Concert goer number 47.
Concert goer number 47. Well, anyways, so Hell's Company, really fun to interview you guys. Hope you had a good time. So I would love to have the director here at some point in time to actually talk
Yeah.
about his film.
Where can they find your film?
Yes,
Or-
that was gonna.
Well, that's the thing. It's all done in post-production, picture locked, and all that. So we submitted to a bunch of festivals. I think 40 festivals in total now. We heard back from a couple of them, but now we're at that point in the game, the waiting game. So unfortunately, right now you can't view the film anywhere online. Although you were saying somebody found it.
Somebody found a bootleg copy. But anyways, we're running out of time. We got to get on to our next segment. Guys, thanks for having on the show. Chris
Thank
Fisher,
you.
Karl Kroner, Hell's Company. Look it up. It is on IMDb. We are going to be right back, going into our section of Trailer Trash to talk about our theme for this week, which is thrillers. Thank you, guys. We will be right back. And we are back. It's a late night live show. Stop talking. I'm on live. It's a late night live show. We are on every Wednesday night from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We interview actors, filmmakers, artists of all sorts. I just want to say hi to Chris Champagne. Good luck with the film. Jonathan Geddes. Great. I haven't talked to Jonathan in forever. Jonathan, hello. Guys, what is your favorite thrillers? Thriller films, because this week's theme is thrillers, and we have our co-host as always, Derek Foley, right here, and KJ Traynor, and we have 3 films for this week. Let's roll the first trailer, Dark Crimes. Can we roll that? Roll the trailer, Dark Crimes. Roll it, so I can see it too. We're rolling the trailer. We're rolling. I'm going to keep talking right now until I see it come up on the DDR. But
I'm so excited to see this.
I am so excited to see
Yeah.
this trailer right now. I'd be thrilled to see this trailer.
I want to see the trailer.
To heck with the movie. Here we go. Yes.
Sort of, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
We get these trailers from all over the place. But if I'm thinking about this one looked creepy. This,
yeah.
Yeah. This thriller looked, yeah. This is the one
This
with.
one looks like it's tipping over the line into horror.
Yeah, Jim.
Potentially, yeah.
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 But we haven't said who's in this movie or anything.
Right. Yeah, because I had the list.
It was Jim Carrey for one.
Jim Carrey for one. I'm going to do this really quick, look it up like a pro, because I was supposed to have it printed out. And I forgot, because I am an idiot, and I forget these things. But Dark Crimes, Jim Carrey with a beard. All right, so we know already, this is serious Jim Carrey. Not just like ordinary Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, Charlotte Gainsbourg. I believe this is based in Sweden. A murder investigation of a slain businessman turns to clues found in an author's book about an eerily similar crime, based on the 2008 article True Crimes, a Post-Mortem Murder Mystery. Directed by Alexandros Varnas. I think I'm pronouncing that name correctly. But let me see. He's done Love Me Not, Miss Violence, Without.
Revenant, Black Mass.
Black Mass, yep.
So The Revenant's a great movie.
Yeah.
Should that be a thriller?
No.
Okay.
That's a survivor film.
That's okay.
And a disaster movie, if you like.
Okay, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey is a good actor.
Yes, yeah, I like him when he plays serious roles. I saw him in The Majestic. I really like that movie.
Yeah.
I also really liked him in The Grinch That Stole Christmas, but that has
Yeah. Obviously, that's a very up there role. I want to see this.
Same here, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that other actor right there. He's. I'm gonna scroll down.
He's the
Always
guy who
forget
was
his
in
name.
Equalizer?
Yeah, the guy was in the Equalizer. Yeah. The one thing about IMDb, in case you're wondering if you guys ever are actors going on IMDb, they do this in no particular order when you go on the list. It's not star billing or anything like that. So if you are the lead in a film, don't take it personally. If you're not actually on the top of the list, it doesn't actually mean anything. So. But this looks
wicked good.
This looks really good. All right.
Like Wallander Gone Dark and Creepy.
Yeah. Very European feeling in its basic design. So
It seems like it has some element of suspense, kind of like, remember 49 that I'm thinking of with Jim Carrey?
Yeah, I think that's what it was called. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
Very dark.
Yeah.
Very.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And all right, we're gonna roll on right now to the next
Wait,
one.
we
though.
haven't given it.
Oh, we gotta
Oh, yeah.
score it. We gotta score it. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's like I
Yeah.
designed the show. I should, I should know this.
I mean,
All
you
right.
get to break the rules because you designed it.
No, but I shouldn't though. They're my own rules. All right, I'm gonna go one thumb up, one thumb sideways because it looks good.
One for the beard, one for Jim Carrey.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta admit, I'm sold all the way. So.
Yeah.
Really?
I
Okay,
really
all right.
do want to see this. It's
All right,
up to me.
yeah, that's that. Okay, wow, that's a pretty high score for Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to acts of violence.
I think I know what Terry's going to rate this one.
I have no idea why. Maybe because it stars Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, Cole Hauser, directed by Brett Donahue. That's Donahue.
Okay.
You want to take a shot at that one?
Donahue?
Donahue?
Yeah.
Don-
let me
Donahue
see.
Show?
The Donahue Show. Let me see. What other films has he directed? Act of Violence, ZZ and Honey Boy. That's one of the films. Haunting at Silver Falls, The Sacred, No Tell Motel, Five Souls, Salvation. I haven't seen any of these films. But let me do a quick synopsis of this. That's not the synopsis. Where's the synopsis? I had it right here. Here we go. When his fiancée is kidnapped by human traffickers, Roman, Aston Holmes, and his ex-military brothers set on to track her down and save her before it's too late. Along with Roman, teams up with Avery. I feel like Bruce Willis should not be called Avery.
Yeah, that's really weird.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, a cop investigating human trafficking and fighting the corrupt bureaucracy that has harmful intentions.
But you know the thing is, though, he may be called Avery, but Bruce Willis can actually make Avery seem like...
Good point.
There's a point.
Yeah.
You could call him Tinkerbell, and he was still be... he would still say it's Bruce Willis.
All right. Point well taken. Point well taken, yeah.
Yeah. The best way I can describe this trailer is get her done.
I was going to say, this looks like Big Jake in modern times. Like,
Yeah.
kidnapping, we're going to take him out instead.
My first thought was like, oh, this is like Taken with Liam Neeson, but it's got Bruce Willis. It's got to be like...
Way better.
Notches above.
Yeah.
Because when he's going to say, like, I'm going to find you, and I'm going to kill you. Bruce Willis saying that, you're like, yeah, this person's dead.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you might have, no, you don't even bother apologizing if you're dead.
I love Bruce Willis. And I was watching an interview with Kevin Smith, and he said, Bruce Willis looks kind of intimidating. He says, you meet him in person, he's like just as intimidating. He says, nice guy, very quiet guy, but the same token, he says he's a little scary. So, all right. I'm gonna go with Arnie first. What is your rating on this?
Oh, this looks like so much fun. This really looks like a fun movie. I'm tempted to give it 2 thumbs up just because it looks like so much fun. Like,
Do I dare ask what part you find fun?
Well, the fact that they're tracking down the bad guys, they're just like, all right, the police aren't working, we're going to do it ourselves. I love that part.
Yeah,
I know it's wrong, but I love that part.
Yeah, that to me is kind of the part that gets me going. That's why I said like the sort of like get her done, you know.
I mean, I'm not really for vigilantism at all.
Of course
but,
not. No.
But it is fun in movies.
Yes. Arnie, ratings?
2 thumbs.
Derek?
I'm all the way. 2
Yeah.
thumbs.
But that's kind of a given. It's Bruce Willis, right?
Well, I thought you were going to do 2 thumbs like way up here.
We got to find it. Like we do for the really extreme. We got 2 thumbs in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're going to move on to the next one, which is Wildling. This looks creepy.
Yes.
And
Again,
you know
I think
it's
it
creepy.
moves into horror. This one.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
Yeah, maybe with this description here. First of all, the director's name is Fritz Bohm. All right.
Oh, it's gonna be dark.
Yeah, it's messed up, especially when the beginning of it's one sentence for the whole write-up on it. A blossoming teenager, creepy, uncovers the dark secret behind her traumatic childhood.
Even creepier.
Yeah, this doesn't get any better when you read this, Belle Powley, Liv Tyler, Brad Dourif is in this. That's all it got for the description. That really is the entire description right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It sets up, and you think it's just a dark, like a dark crime and then by the time you get to the end, you're like, oh no, this isn't. No, this is like a nightmare. This isn't.
Yeah.
This is not just a dark crime.
Yeah, this is like a trailer. Like, I had to watch Saturday Night Live clip after I watched this just to feel better before I go to bed tonight. You know, so it is kind of creepy. So, you know.
What do you feel about it, Derek?
Not really feeling this at all. It does kind of have a very dark overtone to it, but it's like, is this a thriller or is this like a horror movie? What is it? What is it really?
I think by the end, when you get to the skull, that it's horror.
This kind of makes me think of like, okay, this is something I'm going to want to watch at home with a beer between Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. Just kind of throw us in between. Just,
Yeah.
You know,
See, I watched this and I thought, this is like the X-Files before Mulder and Scully get there. Like, this is like when everything goes bad. And then they call him in after that.
Yeah.
So that's what I felt when I watched this.
You're just waiting for Dean and Sam to show up, you know, from
exactly.
Supernatural.
Hell, you're waiting for Scooby-Doo to show up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm really
wildling.
intrigued by it. I really kind of want to see this.
So then I guess we better do your rating first.
Yeah, now, it looks like it's going to be gross, so I'm only going to give it like a 1.5, because I don't really like gross, but I do like dark and creepy, so.
I'm just kind of not really.
I would give it 2 thumbs, either this or 1 down and sideways. But the imagery in this, I will say this, it looks like really well done, creepy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to mirror you. 1 thumb up and 1 sideways, because this type of film could very easily be a very bad film. By the trailer, you know, I just...
You're just being influenced by the blossoming teenager thing.
That just makes me like, okay, you know. A blossoming teenager uncovers the dark secret behind her traumatic childhood. Really, Fritz Baum. Oh, and you wrote it too. Nobody is surprised, Fritz. Nobody is surprised, Fritz. Like, I would just get rid of that name. Sorry, Fritz, but I would have issues with that, you know. I'm just going to do a little quick, he looks like a really normal guy. That's weird. Wow, he has like a very normal dude face. But you're messed up, Fritz. I don't know if you know this. I'm not sure if you're quite aware of how messed up you are. He's directed 3 movies, Wildling, Mom Man, Ian Brodermord. I'm definitely not pronouncing these names wrong. They're not pronouncing them right at all. But he's written a few. Garage Love. That's the name of one of his films that he wrote.
All right, that I have like a whole lot of questions about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you in love with your garage? Are you
Tiger Kraut.
Tiger Kraut?
Yeah.
Actually, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden I had this image of a tiger in a Kraut's outfit, so now I want to see it. I kind of figure he'd be like on a cereal box, but like a bad cereal box.
Yeah, like a really bad.
Yeah.
Hey kids, get your fresh bowl of Tiger Krauts. Das ist very good, man. Wie ist good?
That'd be more like Das great.
That's great. Jonathan Geddes just says, questions for the guests. If you were able to act as any of the actors from the trailers, who would they be and why? You know?
Well, good question.
Yeah.
Answers?
Yeah, no. Any of the actors in the trailer. But I would love to answer this question. That would have a great question, Jonathan Geddes. Obviously, I would shave my head to play Bruce Willis' part, even though I would never do it justice, because I love Bruce Willis, and I
really like your hair, too. So
I really like my hair, so I'm not quite sure if I'd go that far. I have a feeling I'm more just like a, more wound up Mark Wahlberg. That's probably like the best that I could do.
We could try the Jim Carrey and grow the beard out. We could get that world.
I'm good. My brother's got the beard. I got the hair, so it works out well. Anyways, we've only got a minute left, but Derek, it's been fun.
Absolutely.
KJ, it's been fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what our theme is. Do we know what our theme is for next week?
We have not picked it yet.
All right, and Chris Esper is our guest for next week?
Chris Esper is our guest.
Chris Esper is our guest for next week, talking about his film Bent. I want to thank our guests, Chris and Karl, for coming on.
Talking about Ben.
Yeah, I know. Come on back. Anyone, you guys, we got about 40 seconds. If you watch the show, you want to come in and sit in and just become a member, we want to build a live audience here. So come on down. Thank you to everyone in the Facebook Live room. It's an active Facebook Live room. Really appreciate it. Come join us next Wednesday for the show. I want to thank the crew in the back, CTV 21. This is Terry Traynor. I am the host of the Late Night Live Show. We are on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. We interview actors, filmmakers, directors, artists of all sorts, except for photographers, because no, not happening. And I don't care if you do photography on the side and you do acting on the side. Better be acting first. That's about it. Sorry. Terry Traynor, Narrow Street Films. We'll be back next Wednesday, and I'm out.